Good morning. Oh, sorry. No, I was just... Good morning. And welcome to Richard and
Paul
and...
Sunday Chats!
Welcome.
He's been farting about with his hair for about
Well,
5 minutes.
I washed. And in our house...
We both washed. We both had showers. Not together, obviously. Don't do that anymore.
Anymore?
Well, once we did that.
It was too small, the shower enclosure.
I was quite a lot slimmer then. Yeah.
I thought the floor was going to break.
I did think that in a bath once.
We did have a bath
did
together.
have a bath together, yeah.
I could see the thing creaking and the seal from round the outside starting to break. It's not a good idea.
Oh, do you remember that bath in Wales? We went to that. What was that hotel called?
Oh, that hotel.
We got upgraded to the honeymoon suite.
Wasn't terribly impressive.
No, the place was absolute. Well, yeah.
It was a huge
the people
bath,
were
though,
lovely.
wasn't it? It was a huge bath.
It was a huge bath.
Yeah. Anyway.
But when you put the shower on,
it just went everywhere.
It just went everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the last time we had.
Well, no, I washed, and of course, in my world, there's no such thing as wash and go. No. It takes about 2 hours for the hair to dry.
It takes 2 hours for you to get ready. Full stop.
It doesn't.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
It
What's
used
the time
to.
now?
Many years ago.
What's the time now?
I have no idea.
It's about 11:30.
11?
Yeah. When was I ready? An hour ago. Yeah.
Yes, but I have to product, I have to dry,
Dry.
I have to moisturise,
I put aloe gel on mine.
glamorise, make myself look normal rather than some crumpled mess.
Crumpled old
I
cream.
was crumpled this morning because we slept. Well, I slept really heavily, and I was creased in several places. I think I still am, actually.
So welcome to Sunday Chat!
Yeah, welcome. And yeah, it's been a busy week, hasn't it?
It has been a busy week, yeah, in a number of different ways.
In many ways. Many ways.
Many, numbers, lots, yes, ways.
And? Go on.
What?
You were leading there.
Oh, was I? Oh, right, okay.
Go on then.
One thing that did happen this week, which was terrific, was we met up with a long-time friend, Vanessa Ford,
Oh yeah.
and her partner Nick, and Nick's nephew, Charlie. Vanessa auditioned Richard when he was 15, which is about 200 years ago, and didn't give Richard the part.
No, that's not true.
Did you get the part?
She actually said to me,
You are my first choice.
yes,
But
there is an age problem.
yeah.
I can't remember exactly what the rules were in those days, but there was an issue around age. So
You couldn't have the role.
I couldn't have the role, but that's okay. I've forgiven Vanessa. Many years ago I forgave her, actually. But it was only when we met and I suddenly thought there are
clicked.
bells ringing in my head over this lady's name, and I've seen her face before. Goodness me, where was it? And we kind of remembered, and amazing.
Well, you did.
Amazing. I kind of remembered, and what an amazing coincidence.
And I was working.
Amazing,
I was
incredible.
working in theatre. Well, in the middle of theatre then, actually, in the West End.
In the middle of theatre.
In the middle of theatre land in the West End, and working on a number of touring and West End productions. And Vanessa had a production that she wanted me to work on, and that's how I met, and that's how you re-met Vanessa.
That's right.
And we worked together for a good many years, and it was a really good working relationship.
And I remember when we went to dinner at Vanessa's house.
Yes. What did we have?
She made an apple Betty.
You remember the dessert?
Yeah, of course
I
did.
remember the
It
main
was superb.
course. I remember the main course.
Vanessa's apple Betty. Fantastic. But anyway, let's get to this.
But the main course
crux
was
of
actually kedgeree, And
Was
it was,
Actually?
and I absolutely adored
I
it.
can't remember the
It
main
was. I
course.
didn't
just
remember the Apple Betty.
Betty.
I didn't remember the Apple.
I'm sure it was
Betty.
Apple Betty.
It was Apple Betty. It was Apple
Yes.
Betty. Yeah.
Vanessa will correct us, I'm sure, if we're wrong. But anyway, let's get to the crux of the
Yeah, so
story.
anyway, Vanessa is now opening a plastics reduction shop in Cranley in Surrey, as many
Plastics
of you
reduction
may
shop.
have seen.
It sounds like you go in there to have your plastic reduced.
No, it's not that type of
I
plastic.
had my breasts done, I want them reducing now. Remove
That's
the
horrible.
plastic. Well, that's what it sounds like.
No, a food and...
It's a shop
It's a shop.
with
yeah.
the emphasis on no plastics and zero waste. So, as we all know, nobody...
It's not no plastics, it's plastic reduction.
Right, are you going to let me actually talk there, Paul? I was actually going to say nobody in this world at the moment can exist without plastics.
Yeah, I know, that's frightening.
That's the problem. So we have to ensure that any plastics that we do use are not single use.
Absolutely.
They're long-term use. So, for example, in the shop that they're going to have, there are dispensers and you help yourself to the amount of product that you require.
Whether it be food
or liquids or cleaning products or shampoos.
That type of thing.
But I mean, even those things are made of plastics, so nobody can really truly escape. However, the packaging element is not going to be there.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be buying products that are, triple wrapped in plastics, which is the thing we're getting at here. Plus, all of the products that they're going to be selling there will have provenance.
Yes, which is really important.
This is the important thing as well. They will know exactly where they came from, what the ingredient contains, where it was sourced, blah,
when
blah,
it was
blah.
harvested, that type of thing.
All of that interesting information that we all need to know when we're buying something, and that very often we're not told. It's just produce of Europe or, whatever.
You usually get the country now. You have to get the country
You
now.
do, but do you know what I'm saying? It's, very often we don't really look to see where our tin of baked beans is actually from. Really.
So there's air miles, obviously, in all of that as well.
So
it's about reducing carbon footprint. That's what
it's the whole thing. It's about saving the planet.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, if you're not into that kind of thinking now, you need to be.
Yeah, yeah.
You need to be. Because if you've had children, and your children are having children, so on and so forth, you've got to consider
the world
what
that
we
they're
are
going to grow up
leaving
in.
for them, which at the moment, quite frankly, is very little. Really. We're on a knife's edge, So we've all got to start thinking about this. And Vanessa's store is a part of this bigger picture that we've all got to consider. So take your plastic packaging and dump it back at the supermarket where it came from. Tell them we don't want this.
It's only by us taking action and telling supermarkets and the big corporations that we don't want these things, that they're actually going to start doing anything.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the outcry when people realised that for very, very, very many years, plastic had been used to seal tea bags. I mean, that was snuck in. You've got companies
some of the tea bags themselves are made of plastic.
It's actually
Aren't they?
well, some are.
No, some are.
Yes, but
it's like a plastic net.
But mostly those aren't ones that you buy generally in the shops. The ones that are the big consumer ones, like PG Tips, Thai Fu, all of those, Yorkshire Tea, they snuck in a way of putting plastic into bags to seal them, and we weren't told about it.
No.
And now, thankfully, they are moving back to plastic-free tea bags, but they're making a big song and dance about it. Let's not forget, they were producing plastic-free tea bags 20 years ago. So all of this thing about, oh, isn't it fantastic? They're going, away from plastic and it's going back to natural paper and natural gums and natural things to seal the bags. Yes, it's fantastic, but you were doing it 20 years ago.
Yeah, but why do these things happen?
You didn't. It's cost.
No,
it's cost.
It's about
That's what
deals.
It is. It's cost.
It's about deals that people do
it's about
with
cost.
other companies to save money.
Yeah,
that's
it's about
what it's
cost.
about.
That's what it comes down
but Paul,
to.
You can't just say it's about cost. It's about cost.
Well, you just said it's to save money. It is
You've
about
got to
cost.
explain that
but it's
thing
it's
that
not,
happens.
It is a
in
cost
company.
thing.
Oh,
but
Paul.
what really gets to me is the fact that these companies are making a big issue about taking plastic out, but they didn't make a very big issue about putting plastic in.
Yeah, but Paul,
That's the
come
thing.
on. When you can't just say it's about cost, you've got to say it's about the deals and the business that goes on behind the scenes, where companies try to save money through pure greed, with no consideration whatsoever for the consumer or the planet, because of money. That's what it's about. So,
Profit. It's increasing profit.
That's right,
and
but there is a journey to get to that point, and most people don't consider that background journey that goes on. Money, money, money.
Yeah.
It's about the fat cats getting fatter and richer, and that's really not what this project that Vanessa's working on is about.
And importantly, this project, for Earth's sake, is a community interest company.
Yeah.
It's a not-for-profit company. They are not doing this for profit. Yes, people will be paid wages. Yes, they are going to be, earning money out of it. But actually, it is a not-for-profit company.
Yeah.
So where a profit is made, that will be put back into expanding the shop or expanding the product line. And also Vanessa is talking to me at the moment about an area of land that she has near the shop, which she wants to turn into a community growing space to help people have a balance in their mental health. And that's really important, and obviously that is key for me because of my role in social farms and gardens.
Well, you've done some work with people with mental health issues,
yeah,
haven't
absolutely, absolutely. And we know that being close to the ground and doing gardening, and as we talked a couple of weeks ago, about having that outlet to do something that is different and that is calming, is hugely important in balancing people's mental health. And any profit that gets made in the community interest company will be used for either expanding the shop and expanding the reach of the shop so that more people can benefit from it. It'll also go into educational projects that Vanessa has got scheduled, or it will go into this community growing that she wants to do on this rather large piece of land. So yeah,
Whatever
really
way you
looking
look at
forward
this
to it.
project, the whole thing is geared around the planet
Yeah,
and its people.
yeah, us.
We are the people of this planet, and sometimes we don't really have enough say. So it's all about the activists, the people that go out there and do these things and actually get these projects going. It's all about them, because without that kind of get up and go, that vitality, that verve, we'd all still be languishing in a sea of plastic and not really caring about what goes on around us, not caring about the fact that nature is battling with man for control of the planet. Think about it. Nature has a way of rebalancing things.
Yeah, and if it can't rebalance it one way, it'll rebalance it another way.
We all know what we're talking about here. And you know what I've always said, and I got this from a meme, so it's not what I started, but when everything's been destroyed, you can't eat the money. You can't eat the gold.
No.
Really? Yeah. When you're in your bunker and you've run out of food, can't eat the gold or the money.
And that's where I come back to people who hoard money. Don't get it.
Greed.
Having billions of assets and billions of money in the bank and not doing anything with it is insane. And absolutely
it is insane because why do people do that? I'm doing it for my family and my legacy. Well, you won't have any legacy if there's no planet.
Absolutely.
And this crazy idea that people are sort of looking at, there's a star system close by, it might have life.
And we could go there.
Mars, yes, colony on Mars or the moon.
Yeah, once we've screwed up this planet, it's time to move to another one and screw up that one.
The phrase Earth 2.0, really?
Yeah.
Why don't we just get 1.0 sorted first and stop raping the planet? Let's get that sorted first. And no amount of prayers is going to help.
No, action is.
Action is going to help. People that take action, get things done, and are playing their part.
And when we say take
quite
action,
militant this morning.
But when we say take action, we don't mean sort of cudgels and knives and rioting in the streets.
No.
We mean reducing your own carbon footprint, buying things like the toothpaste that we buy. It's in a metal tube. It comes in a cardboard wrapper, and that is it. There is no plastic involved. There's no plastic.
The cap.
The cap, there is a cap.
Shame they couldn't change the cap.
I'm sure they used to. They used to have a little black cap on the end. But anyway, that is reducing plastic. It's because any toothpaste that you buy, McLean's or anything like that, has a plastic cap anyway. We are doing what we can. Could we do more? Yes, we could make our own toothpaste actually.
Yeah,
but sometimes you have to say, this is what I'm doing because this is what I can do, and this is what I know I'm comfortable doing.
Yeah.
So there's a whole spectrum of what you can do to reduce your carbon footprint, from absolutely living off the earth and living in a hut and having no electricity, no power, nothing like that, and foraging, through to making changes in your daily life that are going to benefit the planet.
Yeah.
But I think we've done that, haven't we now?
Yeah, so sorry about the militant rant, but I think it's really important to get the message home. So, the store is called For Earth's Sake, and it's in Cranley, which is Surrey, on the Surrey-Sussex border.
And you'll do a link down there.
There is a link to Facebook down below. There's a video that you may have seen. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it.
It'll be up here or
We'll
something.
put a thing at the end.
Yeah. Also, Restoration Man. Vanessa and Nick were on George Clark's Restoration Man several years ago, and you can Google that, and I think you can watch, certainly when they did the recap episode, George Clark revisited their place.
This is about their house.
This is their house.
Not the shop.
No, not the shop. Revisited their house. There was a recap which took you through sort of quite a lot of what happened, and then did a recap. Vanessa and Nick acquired a lodge, a 2-up, 2-down lodge, which was the lodge of a large estate in Surrey, and it hadn't been lived in for almost 50 years, certainly 40 years. Since the 1960s it went into disrepair and hadn't been lived in, and they decided to restore this dilapidated 2-up, 2-down, beautiful Hansel and Gretel gingerbread house cottage, and we saw it for the first time the other day.
We did, yeah.
And
fabulous.
It's just delightful. It's bijou. It's unique. Nick and Vanessa are great with their skills and with their hands.
Amazing.
Nick is an amazing carpenter, and also he does pottery.
I think he does loads of different
I think he
things.
does everything.
I think he's certainly a jack of all trades.
Yeah,
to be honest.
and master of lots.
Yes.
And Vanessa learnt, because
Amazing.
there was an awful lot of glass that needed repair and stained glass in the cottage, Vanessa learnt how to do that. So now Vanessa is actually restoring or making glass windows, lead glass windows, for another restoration project.
Yeah.
She's making 12 or 16 windows for another project, not to do with her, but this is a way of her earning income as well.
Yeah.
So it's fabulous, and they've got little dragons, little terracotta hand-shaped dragons on the corners of their house. It's
There's one on
it's
the
a lovely
chimney.
place. There's one on the chimney. Yeah, the eaves of their house.
So check that out as well to find out more about Vanessa.
And it's called Longhurst Lodge.
Lodge.
So if you search Restoration Man Longhurst Lodge, you'll find out more, and you can definitely watch the second episode. I think it's on YouTube or something. Yeah.
Lovely.
So, yeah.
Great.
I'm gonna have some tea now.
Yes, we've got tea.
I've got lemon and ginger slices, and you've got a.
Yeah, you gave me peppermint with no lemon in it or anything.
You didn't say you wanted.
You didn't say you were doing that.
Mine's lovely. How's yours?
All right.
Lemon and ginger, lovely.
Well, I do like peppermint because I think it's terribly good for the tummy area,
Digestion, you
the
mean?
bowels.
The bowels.
It's very good. No, it is very good.
It is.
It
But
does.
ginger is as well,
give-
isn't it? It's a tummy settler, ginger.
Gives
I think.
comfort. Next.
Next.
The list is there. I'm drinking my tea.
RSPB Birdwatch.
Oh, yes.
It's been mentioned by a number of channels already.
We're mentioning it too.
We're mentioning it
We're
too.
jumping on the bandwagon.
Where's the bandwagon?
It's here. We're on it right now.
The bandwagon, was that
Yes.
that's actually about travelling theatre people, isn't it? That's
it?
the jumping on the bandwagon, I think, yeah. This is it. This is the
Yes.
envelope that you get. You don't actually have to, you most of you don't have time
There's
to
only a
have it
week
posted
left.
because it's next weekend. It's Friday to Sunday of
Yeah.
next weekend. However, you can download all of the information
Yes,
that comes
online.
in this
Do it
package
online. Don't send off for the package. You don't want more paper.
So what you will get is
And
you will
plastic.
get.
Is that window recyclable?
Yeah,
that
it's made of
envelope?
starch. Windows,
How do you know?
Because windows like that are made of starch.
All
now.
of them?
Yeah. All the ones in the UK.
They're probably not going to be able to see that, so hold it
So
near
what
to
we
you.
have.
That will then be
That's
in
breaking
focus.
my arm. What you have is whether you download it or you get it through the post. There's pictures of birds.
Pictures of birds.
And what you have to do is you have to sit down for 1 hour only between next Friday and next Sunday, and you mark down how the most number of birds of a single type that you see together. So if you see together. So if at one point in that hour you see a grouping of 2 sparrows, 5 sparrows and 6 sparrows, what you mark down is 6 sparrows. You don't mark down the number that you see throughout, it's just the number that you see most together.
I'm not following.
You please count the highest number of each bird species that you see at any
Well, that's
one
not
time.
what you just said.
Not the total seen over the hour. That is what I've just said. So if over that hour you see 2 sparrows together, 5 sparrows or 6 sparrows together,
Oh, so you're not
you mark
going
down 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bar gate. 1, 2,
No,
3,
no,
4.
you're not.
Right.
Absolutely.
Oh, I think that's what I did.
No, you didn't.
Didn't I?
No, because I did it.
Didn't I do it once?
Yeah, you did it once,
And I didn't see
corrected
any.
it. Yeah, I corrected it.
Well, I don't know. They shouldn't make it so bloody complicated.
It's not complicated. And the other thing is, don't do it in like 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, because that actually skews
What if the phone
figures.
rings?
If the phone rings, you leave it because
What if a
counting
delivery
birds
arrives?
is more important. If a delivery arrives, you leave it, or just add. If it takes 2 minutes to go to get the delivery, then add
What
2
if
minutes.
you put a loaf of bread on?
if you're going to be baking, then make sure that your proving or your baking is outside of that time.
Good
So
solution.
there we are. So that's the RSPB Birdwatch, which is next weekend. What I didn't realise is that it is being done in other countries as well.
Yes, apparently so. But not Australia.
Not Australia?
I don't think so.
Well, I don't know, but
Don't
it's certainly being done in
Europe.
other European countries. So that's
I wonder
good.
if it'll be done after Brexit.
Yeah, let's not get into Brexit. Talking about Brexit, where
I thought you
obviously
weren't going to get into it.
there will be lots of food that we can't buy anymore. I'm going to be doing a plot update
On Brexit?
tomorrow. Not on Brexit.
Why
a
did you?
plot.
That was a very tenuous link.
Well, I think
Talking
Brexit
about
is very
Brexit, I'm going to be doing a plot update.
Talking about
Ah.
Brexit and the fact that we won't be able to get... Are you listening at all?
No, not
No,
really.
I don't think he's listening at all. I think that's what happens, you see. We have conversations in life, in the house.
I just
and things.
tune out.
And then later on I go, so we're doing that. And Richard goes, are we? When did we talk about that?
It's because I have such a strong internal dialogue
Yeah.
with myself.
People have been locked up for that. Oh dear.
My mind's always thinking about something, and if what you're saying isn't priority, it just fades into the background as a series of hoots and clicks.
Nothing I say is priority in your mind. Anyways, I'm going to be doing a plot update.
Lovely.
Not a huge amount to see. But
And you're
a few
going to be
new
talking
beds
about
done.
Brexit food that you can grow when we don't have anything from the EU.
No, I'm doing a plot update.
Oh.
That's it. Yeah.
Next.
Next.
Where is PB plot update? Oh yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
I've got the talking stick now.
Is this a talking stick?
Yes, it is. It's a white talking stick filled with nicotine. The shower
It's
spray.
not filled. It's a low one, isn't it?
It is low nicotine
Oh,
now,
okay.
yeah, but it's still filled with it. The shower spray. I've had a couple of queries, and silly me. I mean, I did that video assuming that the whole
Stupid
world.
Richard.
You're going to let me get through a sentence without butting in? Really, Queen? I assumed that everybody knew what a shower spray was, and a few people have kind of said, what do I do? Do I wipe it? Do I scrub? Do I squeegee afterwards? No. The way to, and I did put instructions on the description box on the video, fair play to me, but clearly not all of you read them.
Well, I think that's fair enough. It should have been in
It's
the video.
fair enough. Should have been in the video, absolutely. It is a shower spray that you spray and leave.
Spray and go.
Yeah, spray and go. The ingredients are all biodegradable. You spray and leave. You lightly spray all the surfaces within your shower enclosure, and it will stop the water from drying and leaving limescale marks. Okay? There we are. Thank you so much.
I didn't do my Marcel.
I'm glad. Cookery challenge. Cookery
challenge.
You've got 3.5
3.5
days left to do it. Get your entries in to Planet Vegetaria or by email or do a little video. Quick reminder, it's 5 ingredients. So, for example, for lunch today, we're going to be having baked wraps. Yes, and it's only 5 ingredients. I've got a couple of wraps, that's 1 ingredient. I've got a couple of red peppers, that's 1 ingredient. I've got an onion, that's 1 ingredient. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fry them up with some fajita spices, which don't count as an ingredient because they're flavourings. Going to fry them up. I'm going to put that mixture inside wraps, wrap them up, and I'm going to put some cheese on top and bake them until they go slightly crispy. And actually, is that only 4 ingredients?
It is. You forgot that you're going to put a few cut up tomatoes in it as well.
That's only 4 ingredients until Paul reminded me about the tomatoes, which actually could be served on the side as a sort of salad.
Or you could actually put some sweet corn in instead of the tomatoes, or you could put
But there you
tomatoes
go. That is
instead of the onion.
cheap, quick, simple, and nutritious.
And I now know what we're having for lunch.
So, you know, it's not just about coming up with ideas of things that you've already got in the fridge, things that you want to use up, that is simple, quick and nutritious, and of course vegetarian. So there you go, there's another idea. So we've had some lovely entries so far. Well done, and
thank you very much.
And good luck to everybody that enters. Details on Planet Vegetaria or in the video, the Cookery Challenge video, and we'll put a little link at the end to that, or a little card that flies in.
Ooh,
whichsoever.
ooh.
Next.
I like them.
You wanted to talk about how the worms have settled into their new house.
Yeah, and I just fed them, the Cedrics and the Cedricitas.
How nice.
And yeah, they're really happy. They when I opened the lid and I lifted up the Hessian, they all sort of waved, obviously, and they seem very happy. Yeah,
Good.
That's it really.
And they've eaten the furniture that I bought for them from IKEA.
The
Not really.
compostable furniture.
Not really.
I did actually pick up a book when we were in Guernsey a couple of months back, talking about composting with worms, and I forgot that I had it, so I came across that. So I'm going to have a read of that later on.
You're going to cook that later
I'm going to cook that later on
with a nice sauce.
There's also a composting book. Yeah. 2 composting books.
Next. You wanted to talk about bread.
Yeah.
Didn't you? No, you did. You wanted to talk about bread because you're very, very happy, aren't you?
I am.
Especially when you're eating
everybody
bread.
on Planet Vegetaria, and those people who have done videos as well on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah.
Picking up on the thread that we made about...
And pictures.
Yeah, and pictures. Picking up on the threads, the videos of making bread a couple of months back, and now we're all sort of going on Planet Vegetaria. People are trying out sourdough, and Kelly's proving to be sourdough queen up in Angus.
She is.
Absolutely amazing loaves there.
And people have made the soda rolls.
People have made
the soda bread
rolls.
But no oven.
I'm quite overwhelmed by the amount of people who have gone out of their way to start baking bread, or decided to pick up baking bread again. Kelly has got a fantastic goal for this year, that she wants to buy as little shop bought bread as possible. So she's making her own bread. So whether you make a yeasted bread or you make a sourdough bread, it really doesn't matter, but do get baking. And if you want inspiration, do have a look at the videos online and also Kelly's videos, and do join Planet Vegetaria, because there is such a fabulous community on Planet Vegetaria. It's really supportive, and there are so many people who are now sharing sourdough starters between them, and I genuinely am overwhelmed by the support. It just feels that that little bread video that we did a couple of months ago, so many people picked up on it, so many people have baked it, and now so many people are doing that on a regular basis, and then also now going into sourdough, making their own starters and making their own sourdough bread. And we do mixes, you know, we will do the pan soda bread one day. Another day I'm making a sourdough today, so that's going in the oven later. That's with rye flour and pumpkin seeds. Yesterday
you did a pumpkin seed one, didn't you?
I did a pumpkin seed one yesterday.
It was crusty, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was with...
Because you baked it for too long.
No, it was crusty because I actually used soya milk in it instead of water.
Really?
So it gave it a softer texture and made the crust brown quicker. Did you like it?
I did. It was
You
gorgeous.
did like it, so
But you
shut
burnt
up.
it this morning.
I burnt it in the toaster, yeah.
Like
But
you always do.
That's because I
That's
was doing
because
this-
I like lightly toasted toast.
Yeah, so I like to
So
burn
you
it.
like to burn it for me. I'm wondering about the words overwhelmed and underwhelmed. Can one be whelmed?
I'm assuming you can be whelmed,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm whelmed by that.
Yeah, bog standard whelmed, yeah.
But no, seriously, is it a word?
Yeah, it must, well,
I'm
yeah.
whelmed.
Gonna have to look that up.
I
But yes,
think so.
whelmed
I
is a word.
pose the most interesting questions sometimes, don't I?
Yeah.
I think I do. When you stop asking questions, you may as well drop dead.
Yes, best to learn
Really?
something new every day.
Exactly. Oh, that's a blank. Good.
I
Have
can't
you
read
finished
that.
with that now?
I can't read.
Well, there's no words on that, Paul.
Well, no, but I can't read that. It's all too close. Yeah.
So, you also wanted to talk about... We drove past... when we went down to Cranley, we drove
yeah.
past RHS Wisley. We've never been. Has anybody been to Wisley? RHS Wisley? Because we're thinking of going there. And we could visit Vanessa at the same time.
We could do. That would
Couldn't
make
we?
sense. We did actually get our RHS
Membership
thing with the guide of the RHS Gardens. through.
Yes.
I'm sure there are plenty around us that we can go to, but we've never ever been to RHS
No,
Wisley.
I think we should go. Have you been? Tell us in the comments below.
We do love Kew,
Yes.
and we go to Kew a lot, which I know is not RHS, but we do go to Kew a lot. But not been to Wisley. We've been to the one, what's the other one off
Oh, I
the
don't know. I can't
M23?
remember what it's called.
There's one sort of further junction on than Gatwick, going down to Brighton on
But
the
I want to go to
M23.
Hampton Court quite soon because I love Hampton Court
We haven't been to Hampton Court
for a long time.
I don't think
long,
we've
long
been,
time.
not since I was doing the ice rinks.
No.
No, we haven't been there.
Next.
Finally,
Oh yes.
um,
Yes.
I just want to talk about these seeds which we received from Shaz. They're
Shaz at the Kingstone
the
8.
Kingstone 8, and also Terry. We'll put
Terry
their links.
Bennett.
Terry Bennett will put their links down below for their channels. Terry, those videos of the birds at the bird table in your local forest were stunning.
They
Absolutely stunning.
were. Yeah.
Just so your moon man and your
Okay.
forest bird man and your bird table man. That's who you are, Terry. Brilliant. These are from a pine tree that was going to be cut down. A friend of Shaz's, who's a tree surgeon or a landscape gardener actually, he was doing a garden for a lady and she wanted the tree cut down. And he thought, well, if I don't cut the tree down, she's going to get somebody else to cut the tree down. So what he did do is he collected lots of the pine cones and the seeds in the pine cones, and he shared them with Shaz and with lots of others of his friends, and they are growing the pine tree. So it's going to be effectively a generation down from the tree that was there, that is no longer there. So we are going to be popping these in the fridge in a bit of the coir compost that we got. We're going to be popping them in the fridge with damp coir compost for a month, and then we're going to be potting them up shortly after that because they need a little bit of stratification, I think. If you think otherwise, let me know, but that's what I'm going to do. So thanks very much, Shaz, for sharing that. Again, that just shows you that when there is a problem like cutting down a mature pine tree, and it is going to happen one way or another, there are often solutions, or there are things that you can do that are going to alleviate the sense of loss. And by sharing these seeds with other people, that's exactly what her friend, the landscape gardener,
But it's not just the
has
sense
done.
of loss, is it? It's also whether that material is being reused in some way, shape or
Yeah.
form, which I'm quite sure it is. You know, because pine is a relatively good resource, isn't it? It's a wood that can be used for many things.
Yeah, I
so
think
one would hope that it was going to be, repurposed.
Well, even if it was chipped, I mean, it costs so much now for landscape gardeners and tree surgeons to go and effectively take the chipped wood to the local municipal dump, that many of us can phone a local tree surgeon or a landscape gardener and say, can we have bark chippings when you next do it? I know we have that at the community gardens. We're going to
bark chippings, wood chippings.
Wood chippings and bark chippings, wood chippings. We put them on our paths at the community gardens, and we're going to be doing that at our next Saturday social in February. So yes, they are being repurposed.
Good.
And of course they make brilliant compost as well. They reach a very, very high heat and are often used in hot bins, and we're going to be doing a hot bin starter video very soon
lovely.
As well.
Lovely.
Well,
Great.
who's going to be doing the hot bin starter video? I'm going to be doing the hot bin.
You do those kind of things.
Yeah. And I'm also going to be doing the Bokashi compost bins this week as well.
Not near this house, Apparently they give off smells.
They don't give off smells, and they're going outside.
They do.
They are actually, I know you can use Bokashi inside.
No, you're
but
not.
They're going outside.
Not inside this house, I'm sorry.
No, not inside the house.
No. So that's it, isn't it? We've covered all the bits we wanted to talk about, haven't we?
It's a lovely day.
It's a beautiful day. It's very sunny, very cold.
I don't know why she's not up.
Who?
Her.
Over the road?
Yeah. Her windows
Maybe
and her
she's
blinds
having
are
a
still
lie
down.
in. Well, maybe she had a...
I hope she's all right.
Well, she's not on her own.
No, she's not. No.
I'm sure she's fine, Paul.
And they had a fire on. They had their wood burning stove on.
Did
over
they?
there. Yeah, because I saw smoke coming out of it.
Well, I hope they're burning everything cleanly. We've not had any fires this year. Have we, Paul? Actually, no, I do feel slightly guilty about it now. I do. Ever since I saw that poor woman on that programme coughing, saying this is what happens when people burn fires, I get a lung problem. I just can't do it. I can't put it into the atmosphere. It's not fair. Anyway.
We have an open fire.
Yes.
And in fact, we've mentioned this on Planet Vegetaria.
Well, we do use smokeless fuel.
Yeah, but we also use wood, which is not smokeless fuel.
No, but it burns cleanly.
It burns cleanly, but it's still...
When it's hot.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it.
That's it.
From this environmentally friendly episode. How much electricity do we use in making a video like this?
Well, including the rendering. So that's...
50p?
What's kilowatts? That'd be...
Oh, you're good.
I think it...
It must be
I think
50p or something,
no, it's
wasn't
less
it?
than that. It's less than that.
Well,
About
we do.
32p.
Yeah, but take into consideration we do have lights
And the
on
uploading.
as well.
And the film.
Not studio lights this morning. We are relying mainly on natural light today, but for ambience there is a light behind us for that cosy warm look.
I think it would be the equivalent of a slow cooker on low for 6 hours. Yeah.
Okay. So there we have it.
No, it'd be more than that.
Well, hurry up because they're saying goodbye now.
Yeah, I'll work it out. Now that is an interesting question.
Well, of course it is, Paul. I'm full of interesting questions, I think you'll find. Yes. So goodbye for now. That's it for this week for Sunday Chat.
Sunday Chat!
Oh, Jesus Christ almighty. Oh, I'm going to hit you next time you do that.
Well, you said it.
You're giving me crow's feet. You make me crease my face up when I do that. I
How
don't
do you
like to
crease
do
your
that.
face up?
I'm not doing it. I have to iron everything back now.
See, Richard only smiles on camera.
I do. I don't smile. I didn't
doesn't
smile
smile
throughout
the
the whole
rest
of
of
the
the time.
80s. I wore sunglasses and didn't smile. That's why I've hardly got any wrinkles compared to you.
I've got lots of wrinkles, but that's because I smile and laugh.
Nothing's that funny, Paul.
Yeah, I am.
So that's it for this week's Sunday chat.
Sunday chat!
Oh, chapa, chapa. Goodbye.
Bye.